This is a problem. Normally you don't mind if you're going at 5s or 6s and over, but it's going to be a case of them needing wickets. There's not really any scoreboard pressure on Nepal.
Failing off the legs, down to deep fine leg, and comes in. So it's a great point, Mel. It's a very tight over in terms of conceding runs, but Scotland need more than that. Nepal 38 for 2. Well, that's how it looks. Not too much different, but Scotland, well, the problem was losing the wickets.
Yeah, they were almost exactly the same run-wise after the power play, but it's the wickets that have fallen for Scotland. They need to take some now. Safi and Sharif into the attack.
Nice opening ball.
Safi and Sharif has recently become Scotland's all-time highest wicket taker across formats. Boy, they could do with a few of them now.
Oh, he's got him! Middle stump, uprooted from the ground. The third wicket falls for Nepal. It's a brilliant piece of bowling. The skipper is back to the pavilion having scored 7. But Safi Sharif adds to his wicket tally.
Don't think they have given this up, because they most certainly haven't. How different today can be. Podal, he was unstoppable yesterday. Today, it comes to a screeching halt courtesy of Safi and Sharif, knocking flat middle stump. Bang on. And come at the moment, they will keep fighting Scotland. As we see Devendra Singh Airi come out to the middle. The Tiger arrives, but it's just what I said about Scotland. They will think that there's a collapse here that could happen, and just the way Nepal like to make everything exciting, you can see this still coming down to the last over or the last ball. Oh, welcome to associate cricket, Paul. Isn't it fun?
It's been terrific so far. Scotland trying to keep the pressure on. Devendra Singh Ali. First ball faced. And just knocking the ball away. Well, if you're going to take a wicket, take a stump with you. And that's exactly what Safi and Sharif did. Lovely piece of bowling this. Watch the stump go flying. Again, good ball.
Outstanding over from Sharif. He's been such a great servant of Scottish cricket for so many years now. He stands alone at the top of that wicket-taking list. If he could manage to maybe add another couple today, it'll make a huge difference in Scotland's attempts to defend this total, 7th lowest total in their history in T20Is.
And again, nicely done. Well, on Sunday he took care of the Dutch captain, and here on Tuesday he's taken care of the Nepalese captain. He does like to pick on the men in charge. George Munsey encouraging the Scottish team. Last ball of the over. Well, that's not going anywhere, so it's a wicket maiden for Safan Sharif. That's impressive. 38 for 3 after 8. It was a bright start for Nepal, but Scotland have pinged them back, and those wickets being taken, and also well, it's nice to get a maiden along the way as well from a Scottish perspective.
Yeah, well, you saw that those, you see, it almost looks like a figure 8 where you have one ball on top of the other, and that was a problem for Scotland, was that they lost those wickets in clumps, and that is what they need to do. Now, Mark Watt, who's expensive in his first over, very tidy in his second.
Watt in again. Well, the appeal. Again, you always leave yourself open if you sweep across yourself.
Just another look. Maybe thought there was bat on it. I don't know. It didn't look like there was bat, but if not, I'm not quite sure what it was missing.
Yeah, I think there was just a little nibble somewhere. Well, they came forward and went back, caught in two minds, neither of them too clever.
Oh boy, his tension is building again. Mark Watt, so experienced, he has so many tricks up his sleeve. And a bit of indecision almost costing Bertel.
Yeah, just steered away. And again, Scotland have got point and cover. Got a backwards point as well, so the pressure's on. Well, I won that through, but just for a single. Bender Singery on strike. Scotland bringing in a slip. Oh!
Oh, well.
4 faults for a refusal. And again.
Well, this little batter saying, now you can wait for me.
Well, the mind games. Here comes the ball, just stroked away. It should just be the one. Liam Naylor in very, very quickly from the boundary. That's a really tidy over from Mark Watt.
Well, and it was an over that brought a shout for LBW, and we were trying to work out. And I wondered here if it had come off bat.
That was my initial reaction, that there was just enough of the bat on this.
Just another look. We don't have the direct side on. I don't know that it was bat. It's a pretty interesting one there.
.40 for 3, chasing Scotland's 97. The run rate is about 1 fewer per over at the moment, but Nepal really have yet to open up. They're going to come back for the second, and that's good running between the wickets.
Just see how close it was. Maybe if the throw had been right over the stumps, maybe.
Sharif continuing. Again, nips that in nicely, gets applause from his skipper.
Michael Leask is just fielding in front of us. It's just indicated to me.
It's in the air, but it's safe.
Exactly what we're seeing there. That ball's stuck. It's either been sticking in the pitch or it's been skidding on. He said so much more difficult batting today than it was the last time. The Nepalese fans have just found their voice a little bit. We're quiet with those wickets falling. Problem is for Scotland, they need to keep finding those wickets.
Sharif in. Oh, they've again gone for the run. That's close. And the overthrow will result in a second. Well, again, Nepal scampering their way through, but again, Scotland had a little opportunity here.
Well, it was brilliant work from McMullen. Very quick, but he was in home, safe. And I think he was just desperately hoping he'd done enough. The problem is on the ricochet, we're able to get through for another.
Played across that.
How was that missed? I know how you feel, Safi and Sharif. I don't know either. Another look at this one. Oh my goodness, that has come back in. So it's just bounced over the stumps. But the reaction tells you it was not by much. He has bowled brilliantly, Sharif, but even with him bowling brilliantly, a wicket made him first up. 5 runs going from this over, that's all they need.
There's a strike, chasing all the way to the boundary. And it's a lovely shot, just opened up nicely. The first boundary for Devendra Singh Ari, 49 for 3 after 10. Well, fun is being had in the outfield. Bring your own instruments and have some fun. Why not?
That they have flocked around, and to tell you what, they all stayed last night after as well, just to get a glimpse of their players. Saw a wonderful ceremony with some garlands and tokens of appreciation given to the players, as Jasper Davidson now joins the attack. In a similar vein as Jack Jarvis, and that he's a young bowler that they're investing in heavily, Scotland.
First ball pings it in. Just sent to backward point. Current run rate round about 4.8, required would be 5 per over. Scotland applying good pressure. Davidson to Eri.
And again, this is another opportunity for Doug Watson to learn. I mentioned that we're actually put under the pump by Nepal in one of the ODIs in Dundee, and I think this is just a great opportunity for Doug Watson to learn a little bit more about his young bowlers. He knows how talented they are. It comes down to how they can perform under pressure. So these situations be vital for their growth.
That was a very controlled, lifted shot. It was never in danger. George Munsey trying to chase it down, will get it. The outfield isn't overly slick. It was a beautiful shot and no risk to the batsman.
They didn't get all of it, but got enough. Again, that running between the wickets, end up getting 3. With mid-off up, maybe trying to tempt him to drive. And they still have mid-off up, long on his back.
There's a little cut just to add to the tally.
It's interesting, isn't it? It still has quite a bit of tension, this game. You think it's a straightforward chase. As I mentioned, Michael Leask has just indicated the ball's doing one of 2 things. It's either sticking or skidding, which is making it batting quite a challenge. But I think it's one of those days where probably it does feel like it's better to chase, knowing what's in front of you.
Well, they'll come through for the single.
Yeah, proper little drop and run for the leg bye.
Well, again, in normal circumstances, keeping down to 5 or under in a T20 over is very, very impressive. Last ball of the 11th over. Edged away for a single. 55 for 3, 43 runs required in the next 9 overs for victory for Nepal. There you can see the scoring as is, but if you look further along, just about over 13, Scotland lost 2 wickets at the same time and got stuck on 63. And Nepal just wanted to motor on past that. Scotland never really recovered.
Michael Leask into the attack. Terrific with the bat. He fought very hard. Can he contribute now with wickets?
Turned away for a single.
There is a special category of player, and it should be capitalised. MTH, make things happen. He is one of those.
And something almost happened there.
It can go one way or the other, but it's going to go one way or the other. Now, wouldn't surprise me to see them try and take the off-spinner on, but that's sometimes where he manages to jag a wicket.
Right arm bowling. It's been hit firmly, but finds a fielder.
Yeah, good fielding too by Jack Jarvis. Keeps it to just 1.
Again, you can see Devendra Singh is off really quickly, always anticipating. Again, Nepal know they've got the time, know the run rate required is under 5, so they're not chasing things too much. Tidy opening over so far. That might change. very quickly round by Liam Naylor. Gets it in again. Scotland just putting the pressure on Nepal, but they're still in the driving seat. 60 for 3 after 12. Well, it's been a beautiful afternoon for cricket in Glasgow on the south side. Scotland had a difficult innings. Nepal bowled superbly well. And what's not the easiest wicket in the world?
Sandeep Lamachani in the middle there talking to Stuart Law. Goodness, how well did he bowl those 4 wickets? Well, Scotland could do something similar from Mark Watt.
Has he played on? He has! He tried to play it through, didn't get there, connected with a pad and he's gone.
Well, I think Mark Watt felt he was hard done by with the previous LBW call. He gets this one. And it is the end of Birtel, who's batted well for his 30. Just knew it wouldn't be long before Watt had something to say. That ball just coming back in. And
certainly didn't bounce as high as Kushal Patel was expecting. Stayed low. And Basir Hamad will come to the crease.
Yeah, 60 for 4 now, and we've shown you the worm a couple of times, how when Scotland were batting they would lose wickets in clumps. So for here, Scotland will be thinking, right, we've got one, if we can just set a little tumble here, get the dominoes rolling, we are back in it.
First captain 2022, this is 7th T20 international for Bashir Ahmad. 110 runs in that time, top score of 80. Nepal will still be calm, but next wicket, if Scotland can get quite quickly, the pressure will come on.
Normal circumstances, you would be thinking 38 or 47, 6 wickets in hand. That is a doddle, and we're just going to cruise home. And maybe they will. But Scotland are not going to make it easy for them.
There's a nice little touch, and again, single taken. Currently 1 for 14 through 3.5 from Mark Watt.
Must be so frustrating. You're bowling so tightly, even these overs where they take a wicket and only give up 1 run, but it's just not enough.
That's pushed through. Again, there's just a single in it.
Oh, look at that work from Liam Naylor. That is fantastic fielding. Saw that and it got past his teammate. Just the way he took that on the fly and the quick release.
Well, that was close again, and Mark Watt, you can see, he's to the face. Oh, just jabbed through. Was in the air momentarily, but it's a really good over from Mark Watt. The pressure continues from Scotland. They're bowling well. Nepal 63 for 4, 35 to win. first time that Scotland and Nepal have played in a T20 international. It's been a very interesting one indeed. Michael Leask will continue from the Kirkcaldy Road end here. Tipwood in Glasgow. Fine old ground. Here's Leask. It's cut away nicely. Mark Watts wasn't going to get there. Liam Naylor will. And he'll come through for the 2.
Yeah, Naylor has been terrific, prowling around on the outfield. He's covered some kilometres, that's for sure.
He's the only man out there, so he's got a lot of real estate to cover. It's just tickled away, and again nicely done, just sent to cover.
And this is just what they do. You saw Mark Watt pick up the ball on that occasion, ready to fire it in, but the danger now with so few to defend, any overthrows, well, they really, really hurt.
It's more work on the boundary. Chris McBride is stationed out there to give some help. He's now been asked to come in. Just 6 boundaries so far. And the innings, it's exactly the same as Scotland achieved. The 4s have been hard to find. Oh, that was close.
Oh boy, oh boy. That was close indeed. Leask could not believe that. Him shaking his head there. And he's got the slip in.
Cuts that beautifully past Watts. Naylor Express is coming right round and he'll grab it. Picked up well. That's good fielding from Scotland.
Liam Naylor, boy oh boy. He's been trying to grow that moustache. He's not done too well on that. It looks a bit like an anemic caterpillar. But what's not anemic is his running and his fielding. It's been absolutely brilliant.
That could be 6 months' growth. That'll take just another single. So a good over from a Nepalese perspective, just ticking the scoreboard along. 71 for 4, trying to chase down Scotland's tally of 97. A beautiful day for cricket. Yesterday was sensational. 3 super overs required between Nepal and the Netherlands. This has been a different game. It's been a stickier wicket. The bowling has been tight. It's not been a day for an awful lot of scoring.
But it's had a certain tension to it, this game.
Yeah. Again, just taking the single off Jasper Davidson.
It's almost like every over is a death over in just the way that they're having to bowl, and so difficult though because it's not just about defending. They need to try and find wickets as well, because at the moment they can do it in singles if they have to. It's been patient from Nepal. They have lost the wickets but no one's panicked. And at times in their past, there can be that sense of chaos when things are going fine. All of a sudden, they start to fall apart.
Just 26 required to win. You have to come back again. They're still looking for the overthrows. I mean, if you look at it, 26 to win, 34 balls remaining, with 6 wickets in hand. They don't need to rush. What you don't want is any silly run-outs or anything like that.
Well, that's what I mean. There've been times when they've had a game comfortably in their hands and things start to go wrong. But I think what Stuart Law will be looking for Nepal is just their ability to close out a game calmly.
That's in there. Chasing back, he's not going to get there. That's going to take a couple of bounces away from Chris McBride. He gathers just before the rope. Gets in a decent throw. Well, it was in there, but it was pretty safe.
Well, just as a comparison, Nepal was 75 for 5 after 14 overs. It's not actually that different.
Scotland were doing well up to the 63. They lost those 2 wickets back to back, and I think that's really what put the brakes on.
Well, it was the introduction of, in particular, that spell from Sandeep Lamachani.
Yeah.
That made the real difference, those 4 wickets. Getting 2 in 2 balls. So if Scotland can manufacture that, I'm not sure where they're going to manufacture it from. They don't have a leg spinner in the side. Chris Greaves is in the squad, not in the side.
Played it up through. Oh, that throw was close, 1 or 2 groans from the Scots.
And Chris McBride with the throw. I'm not sure how close that was.
From mid-on. Oh, if that hits, he's gone.
Out, gone. That's why he looks so disappointed, Chris McBride.
Small moments can change matches, and that might have been one of them. Ahmad Anery, both in double figures. It's not been easy to achieve today. And hopefully, from their perspective, settle in and see it out. Scotland need to get rid of one of them. And they have! It's exactly what Scotland needed, just a little edge to the keeper, and Matt Cross takes the catch.
Well, we wondered where the breakthrough was going to come from, and it comes from Jasper Davidson, the dangerous Irie gone. It was just a little feather. It was enough though. The outside edge. Good bounce. And Matt Cross making absolute sure of that one. It's not over yet. Don't go anywhere after 15. It's 75 for 5.
This has been terrific stuff. Now the difference, and you mentioned it, Mel, Sandeep Lamachani came in and really kept Scotland so tight so they couldn't actually add greatly to their tally. As we see Kiran Thaguna coming in. So it has been pretty tight. And that's exactly where we are. So we will see how Scotland can continue to press here. There's the new man, 15 on his debut.
As I mentioned, they don't have a leg spinner to turn to. Lamachani, it's going to be the off spinner Leask who has to do the job.
Leask get guided past the slip, beats Gully too. And they will come through for the 2.
As it gets closer, the 12th player on the Nepalese side, those fans, and see them behind there, they're starting to come to life. They've felt the tension as well. It hasn't been as noisy as it was yesterday. Really tense game, this one. They'll start to get louder though, I can tell you.
21 to win, 29 to come. There's the bowling off. 29's a brilliant catch. Absolutely sensational. Picked out there by Michael Leask, and Scotland are in this, you know.
Oh, watch him fly. make things happen. That's what Michael Lease does. And he does it in absolutely spectacular fashion. He is such a great athlete. He was the one who stood tall with the bat today. And he sees off Bashir Ahmed today here. Another look. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. And an extra couple of points for the reaction. How did he get there? He had absolute springs in his shoes, I think.
That was behind him when he grabs it. It's a tremendous piece of catching work. Sensational in the field. It is absolute game on. Nepal 77 for 6, chasing Scotland's 97.
Well, heavens above, these games, we've had so much entertaining cricket as we see Rupesh Singh coming out now. But Michael Lease can't keep him out of the game. Tremendous catch.
Rupesh Singh. Big moment for him. And he'll get underway. Naylor will chase round, that will just be a single. Well, I mentioned it earlier, Ree and Ahmad had both got themselves into double figures, both got themselves set, ready to try and stay at home, and Scotland make the breakthrough. Not once but twice, they've both been skittled. Oh, he changed his mind there.
It's a wide though, umpire's called it. Just straying down the leg side, hunting.
Goes again.
Less than 20 now to win. You can see though, it's not easy. This is a bit of a devilish pitch, I think, for batting today.
Oh, it's an excellent spell of bowling from Michael Lease. He helped himself. Wonderful cotton bowled. That's sensational play.
That really is. You see here, that ball was indeed behind him. That was just marvellous. Still mind-boggled as how he got himself over there. He was in his follow-through. Just the way he recovered quickly, he sprang the other way. After all, his weight was going in the opposite direction. 16 overs gone, 79 for 6.
So 19 runs to win, 24 balls remaining. And Jasper Davidson, very impressive. 1 for 9 and 2. Will get the ball again from the Meldrum Gardens end for his third over.
Outstanding. Was talking about what Doug Watson is going to learn about his young bowlers under pressure. Well, Davidson, 1 for 9 of 2.
And he comes, struck well. Only one. Liam Naylor plays the outfield like a man who loves playing the outfield.
Yeah, give him fair props today. He's covered a lot of ground. And he's quick, isn't he? Must have been all that Australian sunshine he got over the Scottish winter, playing down in Mildura East.
Ball move on to 80. We're still tilted in their favour. It's a little bit tighter than they would have hoped. 18 to 1. Well, didn't fancy that one. Going to be taking on Michael Lease, and that's probably not the wisest